Hamilton's companion does love to stitch. It is Betsy Klager, she is a real hoot. Maths is just tricky, cutting fabrics real hard. She stitches with a pussy, and that's what she said.
Hi, Flosstube. Betsy Klager here. Today's Friday, October the 8th, 2021. Apologies in advance. The house across the street is getting a new roof. We had a hailstorm, 6 weeks ago. Everybody's getting a new roof, so hopefully they're calling it quits soon. Because I'm recording this late in the afternoon after I'm finished with work. Oh, where's Hamilton? Here she is. Here's Princess Hamilton. We haven't had a song for Hamilton in quite a while. Who's the prettiest girl in the world? Hamilton, Hamilton. Who's the prettiest girl in the world? Hamilton Klager. Yes. Oh, now some of you might think she doesn't like that. This is her, I love your singing, Mommy, please continue. Look, she's actually looking across the street at the people doing the roof. Yes, I did wake her up from her nap. I had to wait till Scott went to the grocery store because he would have yelled at me for waking her up. But all because of Nicola Bumble Stitches, I cannot start a video without my Hamilton. Right? Oh, he's so beautiful. Yes. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Thanks if you're a returning viewer. And if you're new, welcome. I've had quite a new, let me start again. I've had quite a lot of new subscribers, so I've actually putting together the content, excuse me, cat hair, of this video. I am going to show some of my older FFOs for those of you who are new, so you don't have to go back into the whole catalog of my floss tubes to see what I've done in the past. But this is a channel about cross stitch. I actually am going to show a quilt, an applique quilt, because, well, I'll explain why when I show it. But it's pretty much mostly cross stitch, but as most of us out there are multi-craftual, you will see other various endeavors of the craft persuasion. I think little Miss Hamilton is getting a little antsy and wants to be let down. Can you say goodbye? Say bye, Flosstube! Yes! She doesn't want to talk today. All right. It's Friday. Hooray! I'm going to leave my life personal updates until the end rather than start in the beginning because some people might not be interested in that. And I'm just going to move this a little bit. That's totally okay. I'm sorry, I get cat hairs when I visit with Ms. Hamilton. I don't know if there's going to be a serious order to things because some things overlap. Works in progress, also known as WIPs, might overlap with new starts, for example. I have been good and tried to Stitchy Kindness and haul. I have done my best to not use and keep it in my floss tube basket, so there shouldn't be an overlap with those categories. I know you care about all this. These little minutia details are extremely important to the viewing of this video. I have to say, I watched Stitchman Darcy at lunchtime today, and I was so entertained and laughed so hard, and I always like Friday anyway, but you know, you're working away and you're just like, rah, 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 same old. And then I saw he put out a video, and of course, his lovely wife, Melissa, was on it, and their son, Ethan, who is almost 9, who's just adorable, and the smartest 9-year-old I know, his favorite floss tuber, Ethan can't decide between Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery and moi, yours truly. This kid has a future, let me tell ya. But it's adorable. It's a whole family affair up there in Canada land with Darcy, getting everybody involved with the cross stitch. And I just think that's wonderful. There's so many wonderful things about this community, but having your family involved is, and Ethan is quite a good, I don't want to say he's a good little stitcher. That's kind of condescending. So I just want to say he's a good stitcher, and as is Melissa, of course. And they bring a lot of fun to Darcy's already fun channel. Yes, he wrote a song about my stupid tumor, so it's worth the admission just for that. You will notice, I know I said I would save personal till the end, but you will notice I'm not drinking Diet Coke. And that is because this time, I'm getting my water. This time I'm serious. No carbonation, no carbonated beverages for me. So hopefully that will keep down the burps. I did want to show this little necklace that Scott got me for an anniversary, which our 33rd anniversary is this Tuesday, October 12th. It's our 33rd anniversary. Here I am going into all this personal stuff. Sorry, just fast forward if you don't care. But anyway, it's a little Hamilton. So I'm wearing it today. How's everybody been? It's been almost 3 weeks since my last Flosstube. I wanted to record many days in the last week and it just didn't work out. Today I did my hair, and when I blew it dry and styled it, I said, this is Flosstube hair. This cannot be wasted. I have to record on a hair day like this. It moves a little. Oh, I'm gonna give myself a headache. And I did the nails, you know, because my buddy Nikki did a video this week too. So she inspired me, and she always does her nails so pretty. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to start with showing you some of my older projects that I have fully finished that are framed. These particular ones are framed. And you can see this one is actually new. To the extent I have had any background in my videos, hasn't exactly been consistent. I did have a Prairie Schooler calendar project up there, but I today replaced it with Feed the Birds by Merrily Beams. I will do a link in the drop down description box. FYI, it takes me about a day to get my list together to put links and names in the drop down description box. Last video, I took a couple of days, but that's because I was on that insane steroid trip and I couldn't sit still to put anything in the box. So I should be able to fill in the description box within the next 24 hours. I'm going to explain this one. This was actually a chart that I showed in my very first Flosstube back in, was it 2018 when I was Bird Stitcher, Colorado? That was back in the day when I wanted to be sort of anonymous on Flosstube. I didn't want people in real life to look me up and see that I did a Flosstube, but now I don't really care. In fact, I like it when people in my other worlds watch my Flosstube. I think it's funny. It's a hoot and a holler, and I got nothing to hide. I'm having a ball. So Bird Stitcher Colorado, I thought that's a good name for my Flosstube if I want to remain anonymous, because this really was my first cross stitch chart that I seriously did, you know, with linen, not Ada. That sounded bad. That sounds like Ada's not real stitching. And that's not what I imply. I still stitch on Ada. It was a very fine count for me, and I had to really pay attention. That's what I intended. It wasn't like a dimensions kit or other type of stitching that I had done previously. I went to a needlework store in the 90s and I picked it out, and the nice lady who owned the store put it on a frame for me with nails. I don't think Q-snaps were around back then. Let's see. The date is 1997. So that's when I finished it. My guess is I probably started it around 96, give or take. And I have no idea what threads I used. I don't even have the chart anymore because I just didn't save it. But I did gift the chart. I found it online on eBay somewhere, and I gifted it in a giveaway in my previous iteration of my Flosstube. So it can be found. I know when I bought it, it wasn't an arm and a leg. So I haven't looked recently, but I will put a link and maybe it'll have a price on it if you do want to stitch that chart. It's Feed the Birds, which is it from Mary Poppins, that song? I'm not going to sing. I already sang for you. I only sing once in a video. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. But I love that chart, and I had it professionally framed, and usually it's in our hallway, but this is my sewing room / crafting room, and I want to surround myself with my cross-stitch finished pieces until we get the renovations / repainting done. But I'm going to hang more things in my craft room in the upcoming weeks, so I will hopefully have more of a background. This piece right here, as you can see, Michelle, I still don't have my wand that I can pull out and point. This here is, I want to say it's a Little House Needleworks. I bought the chart because of the sheep, and it says Steamboat 1898. Julia Flynn, Steamboat 1898. I think that's the name of the chart. I don't have it anymore. And it is stitched on a Lugana from what I can tell. And I just thought it was really a cute chart and I stitched it. I don't know when, but it was probably in 2017 or 2018. And I framed that myself. Over here, Warm Winter Woolens. I looked up who did it, and before this I recorded, and now I don't remember. But I know you all are shouting who it is, who the designer is. I want to say Paulette Stewart, Plum Street. I don't know why I want to say it. I just want to. So I will. But that was a stitch that was motivated because I was still knitting a lot. This one too. And I love sheep. So, okay. I think I've said this before in my Flosstube. Whenever I say we like sheep, it makes me think of Handel's Messiah. That the part that we like sheep have gone astray. Again, I won't sing it. But that is stitched also on a Lugana, I want to say. And if I was a betting woman, I would bet that both of these, well, all three actually, are called for flosses. And I framed Warm Winter Woolens by myself. I don't remember where I got I don't remember details. I wasn't writing anything down, so I'm very sorry. It may be in a prior episode. If I can find it quickly, I'll put it in the description box, which episode it's in. That might have more details on it if you really are interested to know. So that's what's hanging on the wall behind me. Again, my plans are to put more around me just so while I'm up here, because my excuse had been, oh, I'm not going to hang anything because we're getting the house renovated. Well, there have been delays in that project because our general contractor is my son's father-in-law, and he's been very busy, and there are some delays now that I'm not going to go into. Nobody's fault, but hopefully we'll get started soon in that process. But why wait? I'm just going to hang things, and I'll take them down when we're ready to paint. Yes, I'm getting rid of this color. I'm thinking, I already have a lamp that would go. Can you see this? All right, does this not scream Lori Holt? Ah, Lori Holt! Do you think it would be weird if I redid my whole craft sewing room in a Lori Holt theme? Would someone warn her about me? Or is that like a totally normal thing to do? Comment below. More on Lori Holt later. Oh my heck, Lori. Okay, this I know is Plum Street Samplers, Paula Stewart. And it's a sheep. And I did have this professionally framed. I don't know the name of it. So this is where my Flosstube is a real community effort, because my lack of knowledge and my lack of remembering details is an invitation for all of you to put in the comments below either corrections to what I'm saying, tell me if I'm lying and put the correct information, put the truth in, Or if I don't know something and I'm asking, put it in the comments, and then everybody can benefit and know all of the information that I'm not imparting. Thank you for your support. This hangs in our powder room. That's what we used to call it growing up, the bathroom downstairs that has just a toilet and a sink. But it hangs there for pretty viewing. If it was Darcy's powder room, he would look at this while he stitched on my stupid tumor cell. I think it's adorable. And I was hesitant about the pink and hanging it, but Scott likes it. Scott is not he's not a conformist. So he doesn't think flowers in pink is just for quote unquote girls. He thought it was really cool, and I think it's really nice. And I don't know if I'll keep it there or put it somewhere else when we redo our house. It's all a blank slate. Woo! There is one more chart. Well, actually there's 3 more I want to show you, but there's one that's right across the room that I'm going to stand up and get. And the reason I'm going to stand up because I wanted to show you this shirt. Someone said, well, it's not Hamilton, it's a black cat. It's Halloween. Hamilton's wearing a costume, so no one knows it's her stabbing me in the middle of the night. She's brilliant. She's wearing a costume. All right, let me walk across the room to get... Whoa! Anyway, I thought it was a cute shirt. My sister Jenny sent it to me. I can't even remember if I just said that or not. All right, this is Willow Hill Samplings design. It is called something alphabet. And it's confusing because there's another chart named the same thing, Autumn Alphabet. It's called Autumn Alphabet. And I know there's another designer that has an Autumn Alphabet chart that goes on a horn book for finishing. It's really cute. So if you Google Autumn Alphabet Sampler, you'll probably get both of those. And but this is Willow Hill Samplings. I framed it myself. I did turn this into Hamilton. I did not use all of the called for flosses. I don't remember what I used some of them, and I'm sorry, I just didn't keep track. I'm really going to try and do better about that. But yeah, it's not that old of a pattern, so I'm sure it's still available. I love this frame. I actually had a picture, a family picture. I don't remember who was in it. And I said, take out the family, put in my stitching. I'm a horrible person. Horrible. Okay, this next one is by Blackbird Designs. A lot of you are stitching. There's a stitch along for it. I don't know the hashtag, but I need to reframe it because there's too much on the top. Excuse me. I did it 1/1 because I had started it on a Weeks Dye Works fabric that was so loose. It drove me crazy, and I ended up, again, this is when I had my first floss tube called Bird Stitcher Colorado. I didn't like it on the linen, and so I did a drawing and sent it. I want to say her name was Vicky. If you're watching, you know who you are, and you can put in the comments that you finished. And I believe she finished it and sent me a picture of it. I sent her what I had worked on, but I decided to do it 1/1. But I could take it out of this frame, put it on some kind of cute board, put a bow there, but this is not a permanent frame situation. I just wanted to stick it in something to get it displayed. I'm not going to say anything. But this is a series. Barb Adams, who we lost way too early, unfortunately, loved the Beatles because she's awesome. Who doesn't love the Beatles? Nikki. Ellen. But there are a lot of people that have stitched this or who are stitching it now. So go on Instagram and search the hashtags. I did use all the called for. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch did a conversion, and her wall here is more brown. They're more brown tones, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if she's finished it or not. I'm sorry, Liz. I only have so much space in my brain. Okay, I think I've held that up long enough. I have all the other charts. Octopus's Garden, Yellow Submarine, Long and Winding Road, Blackbird. Is there another one? To Dye House. Cathy is a huge Beatles fan, and she's been working on some of those charts as well. These next two charts are from a series. I don't have them anymore because I just put them in the post to Laura. I've been promising them to her for, I don't know, 6 months now. Sorry, Laura. They're heartstring samplery birds. There's like series 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe. I don't know which particular ones these are from, but these are 2 that I've stitched up. I actually stitched up a third, the chickadee, and I gave that to my dear friend Amy, whom I have known since 3rd grade, and she just turned 60 on Tuesday. I'm the next one of our little friend group. It's so funny. I was so obnoxious. I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but growing up, I was really obnoxious about my birthday because it was in November and right around Thanksgiving, right before the Christmas kickoff season, you know, and I don't know how to say this. I just like celebrating. And why not my birthday? I had to go to school on my birthday, unlike my sisters who had summer birthdays. So it was my way of making something out of a dreary school day. And so Amy, as I said, I've known her since 3rd grade, and my other friend Debbie, whom I've been friends with since 5th grade, and then our other friend Mary Beth, who unfortunately passed away 6 years ago. The 4 of us would always joke about my birthday as adults because I was so obnoxious about it growing up. And so I don't know where I'm going with this, but when Amy turned 60, we were messaging and I said, well, I'm still 59. And they would say, well, when's your birthday? And then Amy said, are you sharing your birthday with your Flosstube friends? I said, Amy, do you know who I am? I said, there's going to be a countdown. Okay. This is Western Tanager, and I did talk about this in my current iteration of Flosstube as well as my bird stitcher. When I did Western, I noticed when I finished that I had done 2 R's, and I'm a really lazy stitcher, not gonna lie. So rather than take it out, I just added an R to Tanager just to make it look like it was on purpose. So this is my Western Tanager. And we have these in Colorado. I framed this myself. It's probably on a 32. It's definitely 2 threads. 32 unknown linen. And also from those pamphlets, the series, is the Western Scrub Jay. And I found this frame at, I want to say Michael's or Joanne, and I thought, wow, it goes perfectly with the bird. And these sit on shelves in my sewing room. So I am surrounded by my stitching, but not as much as I could be. And I've decided I'm not going to use the home renovation excuse anymore. And what is interesting is Scott's the one who brought it up. Maybe when he saw the bills for how much framing costs, he thought, why are you putting them in a closet until our house is repainted? Excuse me. I apologize if you hear that sound. It looks like they're using a leaf blower to get rid of residue on the driveway across the street. I hope it doesn't come up too loud on here. Next I want to show now I want to show you my new starts. We all know September was Sampler September. I'm nothing if not a contrarian. That's what I'm going to preface this part of the program. I did finish, let's see, I recorded my last Flosstube on September 19. And I started nothing on that day. I should write out what I'm going to say. The week before I recorded, on September 13, I started Mary Harry as a start for Modern Folk Embroidery September sampler. I showed it in my last Flosstube, and because I started it, I'm thinking while I'm talking here, which is really hard for me to do. I thought, well, I'm not going to have any more starts in September because I did a whip count back in the summer and I had 25 whips. Some of those I think will be changed up and I probably have added a little bit to it. That's for another day. But I thought, well, I'm not going to have any new starts because I want to work on the samplers. It's Sampler September. And I was doing really well with Sampler September. I finished my Stupid Tumor Sal, Elizabeth Adelsey. I was very pleased about that, and I was pleased I started Mary Harry. But something happened on September 25th. It was a Saturday. I don't know what. But I woke up and I thought, it's almost October. And I know it's Sampler September, but I want to do Halloween. So I started on September 25th, Black Cats and Spooky Bats. It's a chart by Park Hopper Bart that I purchased through Caroline at Evertotes using the kitted up Leo and Roxy floss and 18 count Ada that I had in my stash. You want to see? So this is a new start and a whip. Leo and Roxy floss. Can I just say something? Of course I can. No one's here to say no. It's heavenly. It is so soft. It doesn't knot. And the colors are gorgeous. This chart only requires 4 colors. I apologize, I only have a black and white because I just do not want to pay for color cartridges here at home, and I haven't been going to the office. We're not returning. The new date is January 11th, I think. So it's black and white. Oh, the color, by the way, of the fabric is Picture This Plus Earthen, 18 count Ada. I have the sticker on here, but this is the PDF. And I am going to make some modifications because I don't want to, well, because I'm lazy. And I am going to take out the row of ghosts and just have the bats and the cats. Not because I don't love it. I think it's a brilliant chart, but for seasonal type stitching, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it if I'm not going to display it all year round. Although I also suspect that I will display it all year round. Just because. And here, oh, I have a board sitting right here that I forget to use. Isn't that cute? So I don't know. I'll show you the flosses in a minute. It's this color is amethyst. The black is vampish. The green is sage. And the other color that has not been used yet, I haven't gotten to it yet, I don't think, is haystack. but I made some nice progress. Oh, everything's about to fall. I need a bigger lap. No, I don't. Ta-da. So that's fun. I may make it into a pillow. I'm on a pillow kick. Not that I've made any yet, but I have lists of things I want to make into pillows. I probably should have warned you at the beginning that this video is going to be Stitchy Kindness, haul, and floss drop trade heavy. If I really liked you all better, I would do timestamps, but I'm a little too lazy for that. I'm sorry. Like an outline. Here's where you can skip if you don't want to see things that I bought or things that I stitched or my life update, for example. Now look at this. Is that not the cutest? I have more of these that I will talk about in Stitchy Kindness. This is from, well, I'll tell you who it's from when I get to Stitchy Kindness. But the tutorial for this is on Lori Holt, H-O-L-T, on her Flosstube, or I don't know if it's a Flosstube or one of her quilting videos. I suspect, because she shows how to crochet flowers as well. But it's one of her many tutorials that she so generously puts on YouTube on how to make these. And they're just adorable, just with yarn. And then a little lobster claw. Lobster. I got that part. Claw. How do you say that with New England? Stephanie, I'm pretty sure you watch my videos. So ask your mother how she says lobster claw. Lobster claw. Or Amy, gable stitching. How would you say it? Okay, that's new start number 1. And I worked on that for about 4 days after work. But I didn't stop with just one new start in September. I started something else. Who am I? Am I Laura? Am I a cereal starter? Apparently, I am. On September 30th, I was petting Hamilton, and I was thinking how much I love her. And I remembered several months back, I ordered a nice little kit from Abby at Top Knot, because Abby, she loves her jam. And congratulations, Abby, you're married now. You're a married woman. Woo! That's so exciting. She got married last week. I think it's been a week. So congratulations to her. I started on September 20th a new chart called Love My Cat Quaker by Romy Designs. Is that cute? And the floss is by Romy Designs as well. And I am finding it a delight to stitch with. An absolute delight. She does give a DMC conversion. So if you can't get your hands on Romy's floss, or you just want to use what you have in your stash, she does give a conversion. And I'm going to show you the flosses first. I've got them all tangled up because, of course, I do. It's only 3 colors. And I don't know about you, but I love purple, lavender, whatever you would call that. It's called eggplant, and green, sage. This is called camouflage. I just think these two together, it's kind of hard to see with, let's get the board. We're gonna need a bigger board. Which reminds me, I was wearing my Owl Kitty shirt when I went for an MRI the other day, and I was just sitting there minding my own business, and some guy said, "Oh, I love those videos." I'm looking around, there's no one else. Scott's sitting next to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad you love those videos. And then he obviously knew I was clueless and said, "Your shirt." "Oh, I'm wearing Owl Kitty." This is connected to this. When I said I need a bigger board, Owl Kitty's dad did a video trailer for Jaws. It's called Claws. Anyway, here's the board. Show the colors. And then this color is kind of the color of my shirt, isn't it? This is called Squirrel. That's an interesting choice for the name. I don't know too many orange squirrels, but anyway, these are the colors. I feel like I'm taking a long time explaining today. Feel free to speed me up. I'm not on prednisone anymore. And this is a little floss keep that I made. I went through a phase last December to make a bunch of these and give to gifts as for Christmas gifts for friends. And I just bought a bunch of new supplies, and I'm gonna get it. In fact, I've sent some out as little thank yous to people. So I'm gearing up to start making them again. They're addictive. Kind of like Laura and the covered buttons. But this is my son and daughter-in-law, because you can use pictures, decorative paper. It's called a cabochon. And the video on how to do it, there are many videos out there, but the one that I enjoy is by Craftsman. I think that's his name, and I will link it below. It's only like 8 minutes, and it's very easy to do these. And then you get a ring and put all your floss cards, unless you're Nikki and you bobbinate. Okay, you want to see the stitching? Shut up, Betsy. Show the stitching. Yes, we have I showed this last time, that Vanessa Stitcherness on Instagram got me this from Mad for Minders. Isn't that cute? I'm doing the outline first, because the little motifs, really, if you're off a stitch, it doesn't matter. But the outline border, you really want to get, or I do anyway, want to get that down and in the right place. And this fabric, I think it's a 32. I think it's a 32, and one would think it would be fresher in my mind, because I just started it on September 30th, but one would be wrong in thinking that. Oh, here's the best part. Well, not the best part. One of the best parts. So here's the little floss pack it came with at Abby's shop. It comes with a little charm that says love. Because I love my cat. So I'm going to put it, I think in the model, and it's a small stitch. It's 100 by 92. Yeah, the model is a pillow. And here's where they have the little charm stitched on there. I hadn't thought about it. Have I gotten to... Oh, I already did the K. Darn. I was thinking I could do H and K in a different color for Hamilton Clegger. If I'm not lazy, maybe I'll unpick the K, because it's right here. I could just take that out, but I'm kind of too lazy. Maybe I could just do a little 1/1 like Hamilton Clegger. Her middle name's Princess, because that was her name at the shelter where we got her. It'll be 3 years in November. We don't know her birthday, but they said she was 3 when we got her, so we just celebrate her birthday in November with her mommy. So she'll be 6, and she is so playful still, full of personality. So those were my new starts. Sorry, I keep looking down. I'm getting my book of days, which, if you haven't already, go pre-order yours for 2022. You want to not skip one day. It's by Needlework Press. contact your local needlework store or online retailer. I'm not being sponsored. And or pre-order this. You have to have it. This I used it starting on day 1, January 1, that is. And I have not skipped a beat. Of course, you know, there were days maybe I didn't stitch, but I put on there, did not stitch. I still need to get a poop sticker to put on there. But mine's just filled every single month, and I love looking at it. So for each new start and when I had a finish, I used the stickers from Whistle Stop Stitcher on Etsy that I put in last week or last video. They fit in the squares, and you put in, oh, wait a minute, that will tell me what, 32, oh, okay. Love My Cat Quaker is 32 count summer khaki. Not to be confused with summer khaki, which is a real color now that number 12 is doing. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of opening the window, but I don't want people to hear me. I think I'm gonna open the window. Ah, that's better, I opened the window. I think you'll hear some machines going in the background, but hopefully it won't be too distracting. So those were my new starts, and I had some works in progress, also known as whips. I mentioned Mary Harry, so I did work on that in the days following my last Flosstube episode. And I finished the border. I mentioned in the last episode that I thought October would be Jacob month, and I think it might be. But every time I say a plan, you know, like Sampler September, it goes out the window and I do Halloween. So take that with a grain of salt. Here's Mary Harry. And the best part, of course, is the Jacob needle minder. And no, I did not press it. I'm sorry. I wanted to get started filming, so I didn't take time to press it. And so I have some of the inside border finished, but I will, now that I have the border finished, I will probably start going in and doing some of the motifs so that I don't lose interest. That fabric was gifted to me by Laura, the serial starter. She had, for some reason, I ordered the chart and the floss from Caroline at Evertote, but I didn't order the fabric because I thought, oh, I've got fabric for it. But no, I wanted the back in the saddle fabric, which is what was called for, and that's what Leo and Roxy dyed for this project. So it's 28 count, back in the saddle. Laura started it for me. So it's a what's the word? Word finding. Joint effort is what I mean to say, but there's a word for it. Starts with a C. Age. Look at the needle minder. So I'm quite enjoying 28 count. I don't need my magnifier if I'm out in the daylight. And using 2 threads, I've been trying the railroad method, which seems to help. And of course, I have magic bag. Magic bag. I said I wasn't going to sing again. I obviously like. Here are my scissors. I thought I lost those. Here are the flosses. They're gorgeous. Leo and Roxy. Maybe the whiteboard would help. Yeah. Oh, do you want to see the actual chart, what it's going to look like? There you go. Now, I'm told there are eyelets And then, was it queen stitch? I will do them. I'm an eyelet virgin. No, it's not queen, it's, oh yeah, it is the queen stitch, but it's also called the rococo stitch. I've done neither before, but there's always a first time, and it does look beautiful, and it's not a race, so let's see if I can hold all of these. I want to know, let's ask Caroline, let's all send her an email or an Instagram message. Are these, or anybody, Jacob, can he source them and get more of these needle minders? Because who doesn't need Jacob? So I haven't worked on this in what, 2 weeks now. I think I worked on it 4 days after I did my last recording, and I want to get back to it, even though September sampler is over, and I want to do Halloween too. I mean Halloween also. The window's open, but I'm still hot. Okay, and the next work in progress, actually, all my works in progress, 3 of them, not counting the new starts, are all Jacob. This one, I was just itching, I tell you, to get, I'm going to start by showing you the actual chart. Not the chart, but the picture of the chart. I was itching to get to the penguin, at least one. And I started up here on the, no, up here on the border and chugging along. And I'm like, I want to get to the penguin. Tell me when we get to the penguin. Again, this was kitted up by Evertote, Caroline. And the 2 colors are weathered white and charcoal. Just 2 colors. And I'm using an R&R fabric called something penny. I'll look for it in a minute, hold on. But look at this. And I had a lot of it. I had a fat half, so I got a lot more left over, because it's not that big of a chart. 40 count. And I got to the penguin! Celebrations were had at the Klager household because we got to the penguin. I just love this color. Old Penny. It's called Old Penny. Yeah. Of course, you got my Starbucks. This is from Dawn, who did the Colorado weekend stitching gathering back in July. Is the needle on here? No. Okay, I don't know about you. If I lose a needle, and after a diligent search, which I do, I really do search for needles if I lose them, then I'm an ostrich, I bury my head, and it never happened. The thought of stepping on a needle or... So, I'm just hoping it gets sucked up in the vacuum. And that's what I keep telling myself. Did anybody ever watch Broadcast News? And I'm sorry if I've talked about this before. It's a great movie with Albert Brooks and Holly Hunter and William Hurt back in the 80s. And there's a scene where Albert Brooks's character goes on TV to be the anchor for a news update. That's what I feel like right now. Okay, so that's called Ruskin's Penguins, and I didn't read this aloud, so I will. One can't be angry when one looks at a penguin. And Lyle Lovett has a song, Penguins Are So Sensitive. Penguins are so sensitive to our needs. I think that's how it goes. Okay, I was caught singing on our every other week managers meeting. It's about 15 of us and our boss. And I was told to not quit my day job. Last work in progress is one that I'm doing with a great group of gals. And it's in a Nikki Noodles bag that she made for me. It is Joan Sands. The idea is we're going to finish it on December 31 and put that date. Where we put, oh, right here. Because this says December 31, 1839. This is the group that is comprised of 3 Americans, 3 Canadians, and 2 Australians. And I will tag them all below. And of course, we all worship Jacob. He is such a good designer. Calls for DMC. These are the DMCs. And Gwyneth Harkin, Curling.stones.and.xstitches. My upside down, no, it's a little cabochon. I bought rectangle trays and rectangle cabochon. I'm going to be making a whole lot of them. But isn't that cute? She did it with the chart and gave one to each of us. She's so sweet. Thank you, Gwyneth. Okay. Everybody is at differing stages. A lot of people are almost done, and then they're just going to hold on to it until December 31 and put the date in. This is on 40 count summer khaki. I'm not going to call it car key anymore. I found another pair of scissors. I'm not going to call it summer car key because that'll be confusing. This is my progress. And I'm kind of pleased with it. Now, I did make one change in the colors. The called for the house. Now, on the model, it's not really terribly visible. And when I stitched it on this, the color just, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see the house. So I went through my DMC and picked out color 729 because I liked it. And I thought it was a good house color. So it's this. Let me see. So that's going to be the house. And it's stitched over 1. And there you have it. We're due for another Zoom call, gals. Every once in a while we'll get together on Zoom and stitch on this or something else and party. We're wild. And this, I think, Nikki, you sent this to me. I'm pretty sure you did. It's frosty and hammy. And that's it for my works in progress, also known as whips. Okay, now we're going to talk about my haul. I'm just so thrilled I got my scissors that I found. Anyway, haul. Over the last 2.5 weeks, this is what what has been delivered. I won't say what I have bought because there's still some things that are out there that are going to be delivered. This is the NPI Silk Club that I have done through Fat Quarter Shop, and I've canceled it. Not because I don't love NPI Silk, not because Fat Quarter Shop has been less than stellar in its service and pricing. It's a deal. But I'll show you in Stitchy Kindness why I no longer need, I've been a member for almost a year, since January. So I've built up quite a nice stash of NPI, but I've also gotten some more NPI. So this will be the last of that. But I highly recommend, if you want to build up a stash of really good silk, NPI silk is excellent. And not only can you do it a month at a time through Fat Quarter Shop, when I get to some of my haul, I will let you know another place where you can get NPI silk, any color you want, really quickly, either online or if you live in Colorado along the Front Range, where you can make a trip and go to a local store. How's that for a teaser? Okay, next, this is one where I was watching a Flosstube, Kia B Quilting. I was watching her Flosstube, I want to say it was like a Friday night, and she was doing, maybe it wasn't a regular episode, she was doing a review of a Stitchy Box, not that brand, but some kind of either quilting or stitching box. I'm sorry, I don't remember which it was, excuse me. But she showed this, paused, Googled, went online and bought it. And it is an elegant seam ripper that I'm going to keep in my cross stitch notions, because I have one at my sewing machine, but I need something for my cross stitch. Now, I know there are some who say don't use this on your cross stitch because you might rip the fabric. So you have to do it very carefully. But sometimes my scissors just don't cut it. See what I did there? Isn't that? Let's get the board. Let's get the board. Take the top off. Look at that handle. Isn't that cute? I just had to, you know, because it's pretty. It's party. When something's party and useful, well, you just got to go for it. It was $18, which for a handcrafted item I thought was a good deal. And the seller is Weston Scow, or Weston Scow. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. They're out of Utah, and I'll link it's an Etsy shop. WESTENSKOW. They have a website and an Etsy shop. I can't remember where I purchased this, whether it was Etsy or the website, but I highly recommend. It's beautiful, and I'm going to put it in my notions pouch, which is new, but I can't show you until stitching kindness. Highly recommend. They make good gifts too. There is a Flosstuber that is relatively new to me and also relatively new to Flosstube. And I didn't realize until I was watching them a couple episodes, I think. I've watched 2 of their episodes, and then realized they had a store, a business, a place where I could buy stitchy goodies and things. And I'm, of course, talking about D20. I will link them below. They just put out an episode yesterday, I want to say. I want to say it because it may be true. Anyway, so I went to check out Dee's shop, and Dee collaborates. That's the word. Collaboration. That's the word I was looking for when I was talking about the collaboration of Laura and me stitching on Mary Harry. Yes, so I ordered needle minders. Carrie is the artist, Kari. And I'm sorry, I have the envelope right here, and I should have more information, but I will link the details. Carrie Nakken, Nakken, uncannycarrie.com is the artist, and that's spelled UNCANNYKARI.com. Here's the business card. And Dee and Carrie worked together to come up with awesome needle minders. A luxury few can afford. Isn't that beautiful? It's nice and big. It's going to go in a big big ash project. Oh, did I say ass? And the next one is Oh Hex. There are cross stitch designs that Dee and Carrie do, charts, of hex in different, just go check out the website and check out Dee. That's an order. Dee's on Instagram as well. And I will link them below. Oh, hex. So, thank you, Dee. They're a real sweetheart, too. Real sweetheart. I love Dee. They reached out to me when I posted my tumor stuff, and with a really sweet message. And oh, and how could I forget to show you the stickers they threw in? Oh, they just not Carrie, but Dee and their partner just adopted a new puppy, and so they're dog people. So look at that! Look at the little mommy. I guarantee you, if I put anything on Hamilton, even a Halloween collar, she will come and kill me in the middle of the night. She's just looking for an excuse, so I don't want to give her one. But these are cute. I'm so glad when I should do a video, because then I can start using everything. And I do put the cards, I save cards and stickers in my journals. So I'm glad that when I film, then I can start using everything, because I try and keep it all in a basket for my Flosstube, so I know what goes with this week and what I've talked about. And I'm going to put this somewhere so I remember to put them in the drop down, menu. Okay, so the next bit of haul, and the last bit of haul, but I went a little wild, because you know what? I want to support the local economy. I'm sure all of you have been watching Sherry, Colorado cross stitcher. She's been doing her Flosstube for over a year, I believe. Sherry owns a yarn store in Fort Collins called the Loopy U, where I have spent many a dollar over the years, and was always impressed by the physical store of the Loopy U and the diversity of products that she carried, the quickness of delivery. Fort Collins is about an hour and a half with traffic, with traffic away from my house. So it's not like I would go there, you know, just to pick up a few things. So I do order online from, or have ordered online from the UPU. From the UPU. From the Loopy U. Unlike Darcy, I do not drink alcoholic beverages during my Flosstube. So, was I excited? That's a little bit of an understatement. When Sherry announced that she was opening a cross-stitch supply store within the Loopy U. It's physically located in the Loopy U store. There's a separate room and everything, and I've seen pictures of it and it looks amazing. I was supposed to go a week or so ago and didn't go, and I'll explain that in personal, but looks amazing. So of course I had to, in fact, turned out I was her first online order. Marlene, Stitching by the Lake, was visiting Colorado, and she was the first physical, in-person, in-store customer. But I was the first online purchase, because I was waiting for her to open. But I knew that based on my experiences as a customer with the Loopy U, that Sherry would run a cross-stitch store that was well-stocked, was customer-friendly, service-oriented, and prompt is an understatement of the delivery of the products. She's like Abby of Top Knot, sends it out the same day. Now, one of my orders was on a Saturday, and it was after the mail person had picked up the packages, and of course Sunday they're off, so mine wasn't shipped out till Monday, but I got it on Tuesday. Who's going to complain about that? But if I order something, say in the morning on a Tuesday, I'll get it Wednesday. And I do live in Colorado, so if you're out of state, I'm sure it'll be, but it will ship out the day you order it. Unless, like I said, it's, you know, if you order it on a Sunday or late Saturday, it won't. This is a big wind up, but I am just so excited for Sherry and for all of us in Colorado and people who don't have an LNS, who can order online for what they want. I talked about NPI silk earlier. She carries every color of NPI silk. That's the silk she chose to go with, and based on her own research and recommendations of others, I think it's the best decision. I love NPI silk. So, are you tired of me talking now? And I'm going to link Sherry's stuff below because you have to try her. You will be so happy you did. You will love her selection. You will love her prompt delivery of the items. And if you're in the area, you've got to stop in and say hello. She's not paying me, by the way. And there's no compensation for this. This is all coming from, excuse me, I just knocked my water over. This is all coming from my personal experience and recommendations. So the first day she was open, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get me some fabric. Normally I've been stitching primarily on 40 count, but I think it was when I started the Park Hopper Bart pattern, the cats and bats chart. I thought, you know, sometimes I want to do a 32 or 36 or 28 count. Mary Harry is on a 28 count. So I wanted to diversify my fabric portfolio. So the first day I ordered fabric. Oh, and I haven't even opened this. Because look, this is the fabric. It's not fabric, it's paper. I love the sound. So the first, I should really look at my fabrics before I record because you're seeing my first reaction, which sometimes can be a little obscene. First of all, she sent me a needle minder. It says Colorado Cross Stitcher with a big magnet. This is the same kind of magnet that was on Dee's needle minder. Nice and big. Thank you, Sherry. The first, because I was thinking Halloween, I got a fat quarter of 32 count Belfast in charcoal, which is not black. So, and it also, because it's 32 count, I think I'll be able to see it okay. Maybe I have to use my headgear. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm thinking some, I don't know what I'm thinking. I was thinking Halloween, maybe still stitch some ghosty things. But again, I don't like to do things that I can only display part of the year, which of course there are no rules. I could display it all year round. But or if I was really nice, I could stitch little things and give them as gifts, but I'm not that nice. For me. So we'll see what this is going to be, but that is gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous. And it's all packaged so nicely. And I got a little greedy and ordered a fat half. .28 count dark cobblestone, cashel linen, or is it cashel? I don't know, but it's a really nice neutral. And I got a fat half because I just wanted, well, number one, it's, you know, only 28 count, so I need more. I get in the mindset of 40 count and think, oh, fat quarter will do it. But when you get into the lower numbers, I thought I should have more, to have more options. Beautiful. It's I would call that a taupe. I would call that taupe. What would you call it? Work van going by. Everybody's getting their roof done. Sorry. It's a really nice taupe. It's a long way to Toperary. That's a World War I song. I don't know why. And it's not Toperary, it's Tipperary. I just realized there's so many people watching this who wouldn't know that song. It's a long way to Tipperary. I just remember my grandfather singing it. How random is that? Okay. I'm really sorry about the traffic noises, but I'm melting here. So you're either going to see a puddle of me or you're going to hear some cars go by. You can take your pick. Sometimes I actually use the closed captioning, not because the quality, well, sometimes if the quality of the sound isn't that good, but also if I have distractions going on, I'll just put on the closed caption. Also, for those of you who are new, I am hearing impaired. I wear hearing aids. So that might be another reason why I use why I use closed caption. Okay, so that was order number 1, placed the first week. Oh, and she writes a note. Thank you so much, Betsy. Okay, I also ordered that. Oh, that was the first order. Then recently, this was this past Saturday, and it got here on Tuesday. I ordered a bunch of 26 needles. I like Pat's favorite needles, and because I've been getting some of the lower count. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for the other package because I don't want to lose them. Because I'm going to the lower count, I need to have more. I shouldn't talk while I'm looking in my bag. I wanted to have more variety in my sizes. So I have some 26, but needles are like toilet paper. I'm always afraid I'm going to run out. Is anybody else like that? I could. Hold on. I had another package. Oh, this is what happens. So I ordered 3 packets of 26, size 26 needle. I don't know why you can't hear me. I'm talking right to the floor. Gosh, you guys are such complainers. There's still more. This last bit of shopping I did on Saturday. There's more. More fabric and more other goodies. I've got 36 count fat quarter dark cobblestone. So is that, yeah, same as the other one. I didn't remember, I guess, but I like the color, so it's nice to have a variety. This is a fat quarter of the cobblestone. I don't think I need to take it out really because you saw what it was. Lots of options here. And I also got a fat half. Okay. Between you and me, this was a splurge. I don't think I've ever spent this kind of money on fat half of fabric before. If I go that big, I usually get the Zweigart, you know, the non-hand dyed. This is by Fiber on a Whim. This is the only hand dyed I ordered from Sherry this go round, or these 2 go rounds. And I love it. I want to marry it. Max used to say that when he was little. I love this, whatever it is, and I want to marry it. 36 count old gold. Look at that. Now, Obviously, things will have to be strategically placed. But let me get the board and you can see. This gold. I would say, you know, Weeks Dye Works Havana. This would be a good substitute for it. Because I'll be honest with you, the Dutch sampler that I'm doing by Cathy Barrick, I'm doing it on Havana, and I haven't worked on that because the fabric is driving me crazy. I can't see where the holes are and I can't count. So I might be restarting that. It's in timeout. But this might be a good alternative to it. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't it look like a map should be on it or something? Oh, look at that. And then if you have darker floss, you can use the lighter section. So I'm not displaying this very well. I'm not going to get a job on a TV show as a product model, but that's okay. How do you like my armpit? Oh, this is heavenly. Heavenly. And I have to add, all of the edges are serged on Sherry's fabrics. How do you like them apples? Right? Isn't that a nice touch? I don't serge my fabrics if it's not serged, but it's nice when they come serged, right? So there you have it. We're going to be doing some fun floss tosses, aren't we? Aren't we? Aren't I? Oh, heavens to Betsy. Just won't go in the bag. So that's it for the fabric that I ordered. Thank you, Sherry. Because I am going on a pillow making kick, I ordered some Lady Dot Creates trim. I got here the Jack, you know, because it's a Halloween thing. I thought maybe Booze and Scary Bats, Scary Cats, Bats, Park Hopper Bart's pattern. If I do that in a pillow, or even if I don't do it on a pillow, if I mat it and put it on a piece of wood or something, right? I also, you'll see in a minute, and I don't know if this will go now that I'm looking at it, but I got a Stitchy Kindness that I'm gonna put into a pillow. Oh, plus my own Elizabeth Adelsey that I want to put into a pillow, like the one Jenny Stitching Simply made for me. I want to put mine in a pillow, so maybe I can do this. This is Chianti, which makes me think of Silence of the Lamb. Of the Lambs. Okay, and then of course, if any of you are shopping at Colorado Cross Stitcher, I hope you're picking this up. If you like samplers. I guess if you don't like to stitch samplers, you don't have to get this. Okay, I'll let you out. I'll give you a pass, a waiver, as it were. But if you enjoy stitching samplers, you have to buy this chart. Sherry herself designed it. And of course, I'm talking about Sampler Maker. I think, okay, Sherry, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I think you need to have a start along on this. It's a beautiful chart, and this is going to hang in my sewing room. I did not get the threads yet because, to be honest, I organized all of my threads and silks a month ago, and I have so many colors. So I'm not, well, should I say I'm not? I haven't, I don't think, thus far, since I organized all my stuff, all my floss. I have not ordered floss threads for new charts because I want to see what I have first. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. That's cute. And the last chart I ordered, okay, this is crossing over into plans, but, and personal news maybe, because it is personal, sort of. For those of you who've been watching for a while, you may know that I'm turning 60 in November. Laura, Maud and Mozart on Instagram, and the Serial Starter of Brenda and the Serial Starter, is turning 60 on January 1. It's a big birthday for us. Nikki, the instigator, I would say Nikki's an instigator, wouldn't you? Nikki Noodles said, we got to do a stitch along for your, or start along for your birthday. I said, oh, well, you know, everybody's doing one for Laura. I'll just tag along with that and call it good. It'll be, you know, to celebrate my 60th and Laura's. And Nikki wouldn't hear of it. And so she ordered me to look for a chart that I wanted to do for my birthday as a birthday start. So this is what I picked. And I'll put the hashtag in the drop down because I don't know how to do it in the video. I only know how to do like the beginning title, and my birthday's November 19, and I'll be 60. And this is the chart I picked. Little Birds by Blackbird Design, and Sherry had it. And she was more than happy to sell it to me. The hashtag is Betsy is Old Sal. Which I told Nikki, I said, I want it to be snarky. I don't want it to be serious, lovey, whatever. I want a snarky hashtag if you're going to make me do it. And of course she didn't make me. Doing a stitch along, start along for my birthday. Don't have to twist my arm. So I hope you'll join us. And just like the stupid tumor Sal, well, first let me say this. If you have already started it, like Laura has, join. There are no rules, okay? Nikki and I don't do rules, so there's no rules. Like the stupid tumor Sal. If you're not into samplers and you didn't want to stitch Elizabeth Adelsey, you could have stitched something else and used the hashtag, and you still can. Just like my birthday Sal. If you don't dig this, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. If you do Heaven and Earth, you do full coverage, you do and that doesn't include this, I don't want to exclude anybody. You can use the Betsy is Old Sal hashtag because it's true. And I don't want anybody to be excluded because I am friends with and follow so many Flosstubers and people on Instagram who don't Flosstube, who stitch all kinds of things that I might not be inclined to stitch, but I love watching them stitch it and love watching their enthusiasm. So it's no rules. But I'm going to start kitting this up and throwing some floss on some fabric. I'm kind of tempted to do it in silk. You only turn 60 once, right? All right, that's it for haul. I just realized when I was showing you my old stitching FFOs, the frame pieces, that I forgot to show you something that I quilted years ago. I'm trying to put a time frame on it. Oh, almost 20 years ago. I had to give up knitting for a while, for about a year at the time, because I was having issues with my elbows. So I started quilting. So I did go through a quilting phase. And this is a combination of quilting pieced work, right? Cutting strips and piecing them, and applique. And the reason I wanted to show it is because I'm seeing all these wonderful applique quilts, wool felt quilts, or placemats, table runners, artwork. And I keep saying, I'm not gonna go down the applique rabbit hole. I know the Blackbird Quilt Along, I'm sure I'm getting the name wrong, but Lori of Textilist and Olivia B are both hosting it, and they're doing applique quilting from Blackbird Designs. And I know Jody from Trixie Tricycle showed her fabric on her last video. And I keep posting on Instagram in reply to what I'm seeing, like, oh, that's beautiful, but I'm not going to fall down that rabbit hole. And I thought, I did fall down that rabbit hole years ago. And I am tempted to maybe start, well, I will say this, I have Lori Holt's Farmhouse Girl, I'm getting it wrong, Farm Girl Volume 2. Because of the cat square, I'm still going to do that. I'm going to do a Hamilton square that's a 12-inch square and make a project bag with it. I don't think my back will let me do like a big full-size quilt, just because all the cutting and the sewing, I have to do it in breaks. It's still a possibility, but a project bag is more likely. But I wanted to show this because it was hanging in our house until it got knocked down, and I haven't put it back up. But this is what I made. And it was a pattern. I can't tell you who designed it. I got it at a quilt store. I'm going to have to show it in pieces. But I love mooses. Mooses? On Nextdoor, somebody posted a picture of a bull moose sitting in their front yard here in Arvada, like a couple weeks ago. We've also had bears, little black bears. But the little flowers are applique, the leaves are applique. The moose, let's see, the face of the moose, I don't want to go too close because I'm sure there are tons of mistakes, is a pieced block, but then the ears and the antlers are applique, and it's all machine. I didn't do anything by hand. I machine appliqued it all on and made it into a wall hanging. Well, I think that's what the pattern said. So there you go. I had fallen through the rabbit hole. Maybe I'll go back down again. Who knows? This has been going a lot longer than I anticipated, so I'm going to combine the Stitchy Kindness and the personal life update. They're kind of intertwined. Because of the life stuff, people have been reaching out and just being amazing. And also the floss drop trades, which I have made floss drops and have been trading with people, and the kind notes that are coming with those. I'm gobsmacked and blown away. The last time I recorded, I was totally deaf in my left ear and was taking prednisone. Hearing came back somewhat. They did a hearing test and they said I was about 50% of where I was before the total deafness. And I was already about 50% hearing in that ear. So I think that means like 25%. And it's hard to tell if I am all the way back to baseline or not. I do know my hearing aid in my left ear is working somewhat. So that's good news. The prednisone worked. And I know that if I go suddenly deaf in the side with the tumor, with the acoustic neuroma, that I'll live. I can function. It was a big fear of mine, and now it's off the table. So yeah, it kind of stinks that it happened, but on the other hand, it was not as bad as I thought it would be, and not as scary as I thought it would be. So there you have it. For those who don't know, I was diagnosed with an acoustic neuroma, which is also called a vestibular schwannoma, which totally cracks me up. Sounds made up, in August. And right now, even with the last event, the plan is to do a repeat MRI sometime after February and see if the tumor grows, and if so, by how much. And then I will consult with the experts, with the specialists, and see what kind of treatment would make sense for me. Surgery is an option, and as is maybe radiation, depending on what they see on the follow-up MRI. Everything else, I have some facial tingling. I can live with that. I have periods of dizziness that last at most a day, usually just hours, 5 or 6 hours, and probably once a week, if that. I can live with that. So, and it's like, well, why would you want to live with it? The thing is, with these annoying little buggers, sometimes the treatment makes the symptoms worse or doesn't make the symptoms go away, can create new symptoms. There's just a whole bunch of stuff to it. It's not like, you put stitches in something and it heals. It's not as simple as that. That being said, it's not cancer, it's not life-threatening. If it gets to the point where it is life-threatening, then they take it out. So I am not worried about it, and I'm going about my life as best I can. I'm walking so that I won't have any balance issues. The other interesting thing that I've learned is that these are not as uncommon as once thought. When I was getting my MRI on Wednesday, the tech told me that his mother had one 12 years ago. I heard from someone who watched my Flosstube that they just recently got diagnosed because they had single-sided hearing and some balance issues. So they went to their doctor and that's what they were diagnosed with. So it's really quite enlightening to find out that, what really scared the you-know-what out of me at first has now been integrated into my daily life, and it's not so scary, and that I'm finding others that are going through a similar experience. Not that I wish it on anybody, that's not at all what I'm saying, but it's given me a different perspective. So I'm still positive. I do want to shout out the Acoustic Neuroma Association. They are an organization that provides education to providers and to patients, support groups. It's been invaluable. I've attended several Zoom meetings where I have gotten so much information that sometimes I think I know more than my ENT, who's, he's a great ENT, but he doesn't specialize in acoustic neuromas or vestibular schwannomas. So, he thought my sudden hearing loss meant that the tumor grew, and that's not what the literature shows or the research shows. That's just one example. So being empowered with knowledge is a good thing. So I'm just saying this as to everybody out there, that your good thoughts on your comments on YouTube, on Instagram, your cards, your gifts that I'm about to show, all have, if I say they've touched me, that sounds really kinky, but see, I'm trying to be serious. It's my good humor that gets me through, and I'm not talking about the ice cream. Y'all are just amazing, and I'm the only word to say is grateful. I'm grateful for you all to hold me up, and for those of you who are people of faith, you've been praying for me. I welcome all of it, and I just want a big, big thank you. But like I said, this is not going to be the tumor channel, so I'm going to save these kind of things for the end, and I would not expect that I'm going to be having updates in every video about this stupid tumor, except maybe to show progress pictures from people of their stupid tumor cell projects. And they've been amazing, by the way. Okay, so the first person I want to talk about, a lot of you know who she is because she comments a lot on Instagram. She posts on Instagram. She doesn't have a floss tube, but she's a consumer of floss tubes. And she's just a sweetheart. Her name is Margaret Yoder. And she sent me the funniest card. I love it. I love it. I was going to talk and show floss drops, but because I'm taking so long, I think I might either just do a special short episode in a couple days or just do it on the next Flosstube. But I just want to say Margaret is MamaYoder on Instagram, and her floss drops, if you've traded with her, you know that they're awesome. Okay, so I'm going to show you several of the things that Margaret sent me. The first of which, they all blew me away. Everything's blown me away. But look what she stitched. It's by the same designer as Elizabeth Adelcy, but it's Jane. I think I'm right about that. correct me if I'm wrong, Margaret. Sometimes I lie about these things because I don't know what else to do, so I just make it up. Jane Thwaites, aged 11, 1828. She stitched this. I love that red. Those reds. Look at that. I am going to make it into a pillow. Along with my Elizabeth Adelstein. I'm going to have a basket. And I'm going to put this pillow, my pillow of Elizabeth Adelstein, and Jenny Stitching Simply's pillow of Elizabeth Adelstein. And any other pillows I want to make. They're going to go in a basket in my sewing room. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the colors. Oh, she's a beautiful stitcher. Beautiful. I'll tell you, like I said, I'm pretty selfish. I don't give my stitching to a lot of people, and for Margaret to think that I'm stitch worthy, just you say it. I'm verklempt. And Margaret knows that I am a vain person, and I love makeup. What she might not have known is that I'm a Rae Dunn virgin. I was. I admit it. Becca, are you still friends with me? Will you still be my friend? Becca, on the other hand, is a huge Rae Dunn enthusiast. Look at these makeup bags. Are they not adorable? And there's a compact that I didn't save in my basket for Flosstube. I put it in my purse already. It's a Rae Dunn compact that has a magnifier on one side and a regular mirror on the other. I can't remember the word it says on it, but I'll post it on Instagram. I'm sorry, but as soon as I got it, I put it in my purse because I'm using this. And my purse is downstairs. So, love, this is a Notions pouch. This is my new Notions pouch. Peace will probably be a Notions pouch too, since I get a lot of Notions. But look what else Margaret sent. And I have been dying to use this. Who made up the rule that you can't use anything new, whether it's a gift or something you bought, unless you show it on your Flosstube? Who made that up? Is it even a rule? I don't even like rules, so why am I following it? It is so... Oh, excuse me, that was a hiccup and a burp, and I'm not even drinking carbonated beverages. This is La Maison Lavender Aloe. Oh my goodness, it gets so dry here. Oh, it is luscious. This is going on my nightstand. Oh, that is just heavenly. Thank you, Margaret. But she didn't stop there. Actually, I will show you her floss drops. The rest of the ones I will show in another one. But this is her floss drop. Equal rights for others does not mean fewer rights for you. It's not pie. Truer words have not been spoken. Remember I showed you the zipper pull that was from Lori Holt's daughter's tutorial? Margaret made it, the one that was on my bag. And she made these, and I can use them now. They can also be keychains, floss drops. They could be whatever you want. Earrings. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my husband was toying with the idea of getting his ears pierced. I think he's afraid of needles because he hasn't done it yet. He could wear these. He would look awesome. Thank you, Margaret. They're so cool. And a set of needles. These are size 28, which I use a lot of which I use a lot. I sent a message to Darcy this morning correcting his grammar on his Flosstube because I'm a dick. Thank you, Margaret. Those are going in my notions pouch right now. And of course, she had us on my stickers because I love stickers. Rainbows, flamingos. Oh, these go in my journals. I have a journal I keep for information I find for doctor's appointments, and also a Flosstube journal. Look at this. Aminals. Yes, I know it said animals, so you don't have to send me a message. I was being cute doggy talk. It looks like, looks like my sister's calling me. And it's going through on my, I hope it's not interrupting this recording. Well, I'll cut it out if it is. Look at these stickers. We have these in Colorado. See, Nikki and Cathy, Tazzy, these are American. Oh, no, they're not. There's a koala. See, I get stuck with the those foreign animals. I don't know what they are. That's a bunny. That makes me think of Melly Ellie. That's some kind, a red panda, I think. You know what? I'm not even going to try it because Nikki's just going to spit out her coffee laughing at me. As she should. Let's show this one. Oh, look at this guy. He's chilling. He be chilling. Oh, I love these. Zoo stickers. Margaret, thank you so much. You are amazing. 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 Okay, I alluded to NPI silk and how much I love it. I would, a very kind person on Instagram. I don't know that I got permission to share her name, so I'm not going to. But if I wasn't organized. If I reach out and get permission to say who kindly gifted this to me, I will put it in the drop-down message just to tell everybody how generous she is. But apparently she got her hands on some NPI silk at a really good rate when a local store decided not to carry it anymore. Some of you may have seen a picture on Instagram of Hamilton sitting on silk. This was it. I spread it out on the table to look at it, and Hamilton plopped herself right down. I have sent a note to this person for her generosity, but it's just not amazing. So I'm going to organize all my NPIs, and in connection with the birthday start, I am going to try and chart up in NPI silk because why not? And I got a cute cat card because I'm a crazy cat lady apparently, and I'm proud of it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. This is going in my silk drawer. Becca Sambry Stitches, the Ray Dunn enthusiast, and that is using the term very loosely. Look at these. She sent me a beautiful card and these stickers, which is funny because I was holding it upside down. I love these. These are the perfect kind of stickers. And here, she has her own little logo. Sambry Stitches. Becca has her own floss tube and has wonderful projects and stitching and ray done to show on her floss tubes, but she also does interviews with other floss tubers, and I highly recommend her. I'm sure most of you or all of you watch and subscribe. You don't want to miss Becca. She's awesome. And look at this. Isn't that cute? I love birds. This is her information card, which I think is a great idea to give out at retreats and so forth. Okay, I need another sip of water, so I'm going to take a short little break here because I need to fill my bottle. I'm hydrated now. Okay. Melly Ellie Stitches is, besides EJ of Sunshine Stitchers, those two, they're tied. Melanie of Melly Ellie Stitches and EJ have the best, most effective laugh. I could be watching the saddest movie on earth, and if I hear Melanie laughing, I'll start laughing. Doesn't matter what it is. Her laugh makes me laugh. It's just so infectious. She sent me the happiest card, Oh Happy Day, in the beautiful colors, flea market flowers, stitch along. The chart by Lori Holt, there's a stitch along, or there was, but I'm still doing it because it's a start along, right? I stitch on that to make me happy, like if I'm feeling a little blue, because it has colors like this. So opening a card like this, I'm instantly in a great mood. And then I think, I saw by the return address it was from Melly Ellie, so I knew I was going to be laughing. And she not only kindly sent me, a beautiful note, which all these cards have beautiful notes in them. She sent me two needle minders. We're in the Badass Bitch Club. I'm gonna use this now. And I have to read it to you. This is proof that I have the patience to stab something 4,000 times. Now this is by Snarky Crafter Designs. The other one is Busy Beaver Boutique. Melanie, thank you so much. You brought a smile to my face. She also sent me a little card. It's called Cherish the Moment Thoughtfuls. This is what it says on the back. And then on the front, it says, I love life. And you open it up, pop open here. I read the directions. And it has an Eleanor Roosevelt quote. I love Eleanor Roosevelt. I've read biographies on Eleanor Roosevelt. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. I'm saving this because I want to stitch that up. Without fear for newer and richer experience. That kind of goes back to what I was saying at the beginning when I recorded Flosstube under the bird stitcher name, when I wanted to be anonymous to everybody else in my life. I've had this discussion with Kyle, Stitches and Sound. What's there to be afraid of? Other people know I do Flosstube. Whoopie-doo. Getting out of our comfort zone, I'm not saying it's something we have to do all the time, but if it's going to bring us a benefit and we're hesitant because of fear, that Ellie. Get it? Eleanor Roosevelt Ellie and Melanie Melly Ellie. They know what they're talking about. because they're badass bitches. Thank you, Melanie. All the way from the UK, Alison Jones sent me a beautiful card. It's called Prosecco Size. She is with a and a beautiful note. Oh, I love it. It's by Rosie Made a Thing. Oh, that's a cute card. And the note is absolutely beautiful. And look at this. Passport stamps. Self-adhesive. Here, I'll take it out of the passport stamps. The money for purchasing these help with the preservation. And let's see, there's, oh, the print is so small. I can't, Barrington Court, Castle, Castle, Greenway, and Quarry Bank are the only ones I can make out. Oh, it's a little easier on the back. Alfriston Clergy House in East Sussex. Tintagel Old Post Office. 1907 Barrington Court. Powys Castle in Wales. Quarry Bank in Cheshire. And Greenway. Oh, Greenway was the home of Agatha Christie. Look at these. And so if you go visit or you buy these and it goes to help with the preservation. What a great cause. Thank you, Alison. I will treasure these. And from Little Trinkets Studio on, it's a website, not on Etsy. Alison sent me these adorable stickers. Oh, I want it. Now I'm hungry. Look. I think they're probably Huga. Oh, look. Not only do I put these in my journals, but I like to decorate envelopes when I send notes and thank you cards. Oh, look at this knitting. And the coffee. I know that's like a European style coffee maker. Oh, isn't this cute? Oh, now we're talking. Here's a whole coffee theme. Yum, 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 yum. And Alison, I don't know if you knew that Cathy Barrick is like one of my top favorite designers, but she is. So there's that. And this is the chart that Alison kindly sent me called 8 Birds by Cathy Barrick. And I love birds, of course. Look at that. And it calls for MPI. Thank you, Alison. Oh, you're so sweet. I really appreciate it. I really feel like it's my birthday already. I feel like a very, very spoiled girl. I'm too old to be a girl. Woman. My friend Padma in California. Padma, I finally posted your project bag. Hopefully you'll have it in a few days. I only said I would send it to you, back in July? Padma sent me a beautiful card, as she is prone to do, with a lovely note. Look at that. I'm telling ya, I just want to frame, everything. Card stitching and just not even have any paint on the wall. Just wall-to-wall, beautiful stuff. There's a cute sticker she put on the back. I don't know, decorating with stickers, I never outgrew it. She sent me a beautiful kit from Needle Bling Designs called, oh, this has got to go on my whip list, like this weekend. This might be an immediate start. It's called Sophie's Trick or Treat. And with a little white, we can turn this into Hamilton, or we could have it as Hamilton in costume. I don't know. But is that not adorable? And, okay, it would have been enough. Side note, for those of you who celebrate Passover, there's a song called Dayenu, which means that would have been enough. Dayenu. She sent the floss. I didn't take it out of the bag, and I'm going to use one of Margaret's floss. Well, no, I'm going to put that on a bag. I'm going to use a floss thing that I'm going to make, a capuchon, that I think I'm going to make this weekend. Oh, wait, there's already white. You stinker, Padma. Did you put white in here knowing that I would turn it into Hamilton? Honestly. You're too much, Padma. There's too much of you. Padma has treated me like a queen, I tell you. She spoils me, that one. I even made a special video just for her. Look at those colors. Okay, that would have been enough. Dayenu. Weeks Dye Work Chartreuse. Look at that. Is that the count is 30, so I might be able to stitch that at night. I might start that tonight. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Padma has a tuxie. She has a tuxedo cat too. So she knows. She knows the love is real. Our love and devotion is real. A million thanks, Padma. You are a treasure. And I think a lot of you know Padma. She watches a lot of Flosstube and comments, makes great comments and contributions to our community. Oh, here. Oh, this is the, I did put it in the basket. Good Vibes, the Ray Dunn compact that was in the package of goodies from Margaret. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Should I have anything in my teeth? Up my nose? No, I'm good. Okay. And then it has the magnifying one, which is very scary, except for when I shape my eyebrows. I don't know about you all. My eyebrows are okay. I have a little hole here, I fill that in. But since menopause, I get these random hairs down here. And I watched this video on how to do makeup to make you look younger or not as old.
Hey, Betsy!
Oh, shit! Scott just scared the crap out of me. Do you want to say hi? If you want to say hi, I was just going on my makeup tip about my eyebrows. Scott doesn't have any eyebrows, and he won't let me fill them in with eyebrow pencil because he's afraid he'll look like Uncle Leo on Seinfeld when Elaine marked them with a black marker. If you're going to say hi, you got to do it now because this is a really long video, and we don't want to dilly-dally.
I don't need to interrupt you.
Okay.
I was just having a little fun with
Okay, well you did, and you scared me, and I almost...
I can hardly get over here.
I know, this is Flosstube filming day, and everything is... Oh, there he is. Scott just got back from the grocery store. Okay. Oh, and Hamilton's here. Don't jump on the table, Hammy. You'll move the camera. All right, I got to get back to this. So, since menopause, I get these random hairs down here. And so the idea when you do your eyebrow, like if you shape your eyebrows, is you want to lift your eyes up. And so you don't want to have a line all the way here. At least when you're, older. You want to open your eyes. Just a little tip, if anybody wants to know. And I've noticed that I've had to pluck a lot. So getting back to this, having the magnifier will be extremely helpful. I'm glad I put this in the basket. I forgot that I had done that because I was using it in my purse. Oh, that noise was Hamilton hitting the trash can. Okay, so where was I? I was getting a card. This card is stunning. Look at that. It's 3D. Oh, and a beautiful note. This is from someone who reached out to me on Instagram, and it was on my porch probably last night, but we didn't see it until this morning, and I haven't had a chance to message her. So I'm not going to say who it is unless and until I get permission from her, because, you know, I want to respect people's privacy. And really my purpose in sharing is to let everybody know how wonderful this community is. It's not, but I also don't want to embarrass anybody or make anybody uncomfortable, or, you know, I just don't want to do that unless I talk to them and get permission and whatnot. So, but along with that beautiful card came this, and Laura was shocked that I don't have it when I sent her a picture of what I got. And I'm shocked I didn't have it. As I was telling my husband, it's one of those things that I've had in my cart in different shops forever, you know, since it came out, and just never pulled the trigger on it. You know, I get to the total and say, oh, that's just a little too much. So I take something out, and this I would take out and not buy it. I'm schwitzing. I'm breaking out in a schwitz. Can you believe it? I mean, I've seen flip-throughs of it, but I'm trying to think if I've ever held it in my hand, like at a store. Held it in my hand. Don't go there, Darcy. In a store, and I don't think I have. I think, you know, because it all looks totally new to me. And of course I'm thinking, okay, I got to make that. And then I've got to get the little matchbox. Where do I get that? And I got to get paint to paint the box, to put the stitching on it. And I'm going to sew the little bag and the needle book. This is exactly what I have been needing. I have wanted to, I mean, I love framing my big pictures and my big samplers, but I'm looking for littler things to make into pin cushions and needle books or pillows. And this, it's like I was thinking that, and the universe and this kind, generous friend on Instagram, and I think she watches my Flosstubes, knew and sent this. Thank you. This video is too long, so I'm not going to do a flip through now, but I probably will at some point. Lastly, we come to our friend in Northern Ireland. You know her, you love her. Sew Me Sarah. Sarah is a lovely Flosstuber and Instagrammer who asked for my address, and you know, people ask for addresses either for floss drops or, you know, I want to send you a little note, and I have done the same. I have messaged people and said, you know, can I have your address? I thought of you and I want to send you something. You know, we all do it, and you know, and so I was like, oh, and I got to the mail 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. And opened this lovely card in this lovely paper. Look at this paper. Oh, is this a Northern Ireland thing? Can we get this here? And look at this. Of course it's a teacup with a bird and a lovely note. And Sarah, your handwriting is impeccable. I just wish I could write like that. I love this envelope. I think I might use this for making a cabochon. Look what she sent. And this is going right up in my sewing room. Let me get the white. Hamilton. She looks so regal. There is a little shelf thing that's right next to my sewing machine over there. And there's a place, it has like 4 corner bar thingies, like narrow bars. And I can tie this onto one of those. And I will have it on view whenever I use my sewing machine. And of course, Hamilton likes to keep me company in here, either sitting on my chair and forbidding me to sew, or she'll sit on the floor underneath the desk over there to keep me company. I'm gobsmacked and verklempt, Sarah. It's funny, I messaged her and she said, yeah, it was an Instagram ad, and I was really surprised that it came out so well, you know, because sometimes you see things on Instagram, and I thought, I've had pretty good luck with Instagram ads. Probably better luck than I should, because then it encourages more. But are you watching me? Hamilton's spying on me. Did you hear your name? Did you hear your... Do you want to see this? Oh, look. Do you want to smell it? It came from Northern Ireland. Yeah, oh, she approves. She approves. She wants to chew on this. Sarah included the business card of the... there's a coupon code that I'm gonna try and block out, because I don't think it is for the general public. If I'm wrong, you know, feel free to write to them and ask them if they will do a discount. I am just looking for a piece of cardboard or something. There, we'll use the needle minder, the Badass Bitch Club needle minder. This is the business's... Yeah, this does not have the coupon code. But ask them if you can get a coupon code. I mean, maybe they do intend to have it for everybody, not just prior purchasers. It's a UK company, and I went on the site. The site was closed until today. I don't know, they might have been on vacation. And they do all kinds of things for pets, for memorials, ornaments, all kinds of beautiful handmade work to honor or memorialize your animal. And I'll put that in the description box too. You go over there because you're going to get hung right after we're done. Yes, I talk to inanimate objects. Doesn't everybody? Hamilton, are you here to say goodbye? She came to me. All right, well, this was a long one. What do you say, Hamilton? You had a lot to say. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All right. So that's it for today. I was going to go on and on about how I have been watching Lori Holt's videos because I want to decorate my sewing room to be like hers. Her videos are unbelievable, whether it's showing you what new fabric she has coming up or cross stitch she's done. She's amazing. And for anybody who hasn't watched her videos, I can't recommend them enough. They're so informative, and it's basically eye candy. I do recommend that you lock away your credit card, that's a stupid thing to say, because all you need is your phone to get online and do anything PayPal. I don't know how to tell you to not want to buy everything that she, is showing, because it is very enabling. But I just wanted to give her a shout out. Everybody knows who she is, I think. She has a lot of followers and so forth, and of course she's big in the industry. And I'm thinking of her because Laura, my friend Laura, just went to spend a week with Lori and 5 other lucky people. Was it 4 other? There were 6 in total. I can't do math, but I just wanted to recommend watching her. You have a few minutes, you can just watch a little bit, or you can have a marathon and watch it all day while you stitch or do anything else. She's amazing, and she's got so many tips and tricks and ideas that inspire. I can't recommend her enough. So that's that's it. I know this is a long one. I'm going to try my editing skills and see if I can trim the fat a little bit. What do you have to say about that? Yeah? Can you say goodbye, Flosstube? Until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy stitching. Bye.